Okay, so I'm going to show you how to continue your granny square. So here we've got the black diagram that you saw in the first video. That was our first round. And then we did our second round, which is in dark green. It might not be very visible on the camera. Okay, so in every corner of our first round, this big space here that was made by our chain threes, we did 3 double crochets, a chain 3 and 3 double crochets. And then because we'd finished our corner, we just did a chain 1. And then we did our corner again. Corners are always just 3 double crochets, 3 chains and 3 double crochets. On the sides, we have a chain 1, then a corner again with a chain 3, chain 1 because it's a side of a square, not a corner, and a 3 chain in the corner again. All granny squares work this way, so this is really the last round you need to learn, and then after that, every round after this is exactly the same. So you can make an infinitely large granny square until you run out of wool once you know how to do this one. Okay, so I've just slip stitched into my beginning chain 3. This is my end chain, and I've slipped into my chain 3 here. So we need to slip over into this corner here. Right, so I'm going to go into that stitch there, that V. Make sure you get both strings, both pieces of yarn in the V. Pull through the V and the loop on your hook. Then go into the next one, slip stitch, and then slip stitch in the corner. Okay, so now I'm into the corner. I can chain 3 to start us off on this round. Okay, so I've got my chain 3 to start. And we're in a corner. Corners are all the same. They have 2 clusters, 3 double crochets and a chain 3. So I've done 2 double crochets because my chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So there's my chain 3, 2 double crochets. Then we chain 3 because we're in a corner space. And then we do 3 double crochets. The yarn is unraveling slightly, it's making it very difficult. Okay, and then because we finished our corner, we do a chain 1. Now this is what's different about this round compared to the last round. We now have this space here, which is a space, but it's not a corner space. Yeah, this is a corner space. It's pointy, it's the corner of a square, but this isn't a corner. But we still work in this space. So instead of doing 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, we've got a chain 1, we've done that already, and then we just do 3 double crochets on their own. So it's a bit like the first round. 2, 3. And then I'm still not in a corner, still working in the side space, so I do a chain 1. Okay, so can you see the difference? I've got 2 clusters of double crochet there, and then I've just got 1 cluster of double crochet here because it's not a corner. And then the corner again, so that means I get 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets. 2, 3, and then chain 1, 2, 3, and then another 3. Oops. When that happens, see my yarn has unraveled a little bit here, and this little piece here, because a yarn is just lots of little strings woven together, wound up together. So this little piece should actually be wound into that loop there. So I'm actually just going to pull that over the end of my hook so that it's back where it belongs. You don't have to, it would still kind of work, but it might make your work a little bit tight and make it difficult for you. It's an easy way to deal with it. Now, I finished a corner, which means I'm working on the side of my square now. Finished working on the corner, we're working on the side, so we only chain one, and we only do one cluster double crochets. We only do 3 double crochets in a side instead of the 6 we would do in a corner. So it's 1, 2, 3. I'm still on the side. I need to get to the corner, so I do a chain 1. And then the corner we know how to do. We're experts at them now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And find the faster you work, the faster you run out of wool. You have to keep unraveling. Finish the corner, and that means I do a chain 1. Now if we look at the round, we're just half finished. So I've made another corner space again on top of the corner space in the previous round, but now I have 2 side spaces between the corners. Okay, so there's my corner space, side space, a side space, and a corner space, because that's a chain 3. That was just a chain 1, that was a chain 1, and that's a chain 3. So you see the chain 3s are what make the corners, and if we just do chain 1s then we get a straight line. And that's how you get a square shape for a granny square. Okay, so on the round previous, I covered this up with my thumb, we had a corner square, a side space, and a corner space. On the round we've just done, we have a corner, 2 sides, and a corner. So anytime you're in a side space, you do chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and if you're in a corner, you do your 2 clusters of 3 double crochets with a chain 3 in the middle. And that's just the rule for granny squares. You just do the same thing for any side space and any corner space, and you can just keep going in the same way until you're finished and your granny square is as big as you want it to be. Whether you've made a big bedspread or a coaster. And a corner, so I chain 3. And I've run out again because my granny square is getting bigger, so it takes more wool to get around one side. Okay, finish my corner, so I do 1 chain. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. And we'll leave it at that because that's a side space. Chain 1 because we're still on the side. And then to join back together, this is the chain 3 we started this round with from this corner space. And we just go somewhere in there and just slip stitch. So you can see we've got 2 side spaces, 2 corners. On your next round you'll end up with 3 side spaces between 2 corners. So it just keeps going on exactly the same. In the next video, for the next round, I'll show you how to change colour as well, so you can get colourful granny squares.